for questions 13 through 15, it says find the indicated side and round to the nearest 10. So since we're only given one side length, we can't use Pythagorean theorem. We're going to have to use trig. So if you'll remember, we've got sine, SOHCAHTOA, sine is opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. And tangent is opposite over adjacent. So remember that sine, SOHCAHTOA. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse, cosine adjacent over hypotenuse, tangent is opposite over adjacent. So for number 13, the reference angle is angle S, and so the side that we're given is 63, which is the opposite side, and the side that we're trying to find is SR, and SR would be the adjacent side. So since we have opposite and adjacent, that would be tangent. So we're going to say the tangent of the angle, which is 44, is equal to opposite over adjacent. So 63 over, and I'm going to call that x. All right, and so then we can just multiply both sides by x, which is your denominator. So you have x times the tangent of 44, which is equal to 63, and then divide by the tangent of 44. Now, my students, I told them that if the variable, if x is in the denominator, then you're going to divide these two. If x is in the numerator, you're going to multiply these two, always beginning with this value here. So instead of having to go through and do all these steps, you could just say, since x is the denominator, 63 divided by the tangent of 44. So that's kind of a shortcut. So remember, you've got to make sure that your calculator is in degree mode. So you go down, change it to degree mode, make sure you hit enter, and then you're ready to begin. So we're going to type in 63 divided by the tangent of 44. And that gives me 65.2. And since we're rounding the nearest tenth, that's my answer, 65.2. All right, number 14. Your reference angle is F. The side that you're given is across from the 90-degree angle, so that's the hypotenuse. And the side that you're trying to find is EF, which is the adjacent. So adjacent and hypotenuse is cosine. So the cosine of the angle is equal to adjacent, which is x, over 18, the hypotenuse. Okay, and again, if you go by that shortcut, x is in the numerator, so you're going to multiply these. Right, or you can go through and multiply by the denominator. So this is 18 times the cosine of 51, which will give you x. And as long as your calculator is still, you haven't changed your settings or reset anything, you should be good. 18 times the cosine of 51 is 11.3. So 11.3 is x. So EF is 11.3. Okay, and then the last one, your reference angle is L. The side that you're given is your hypotenuse, and you're trying to find JK, which is the opposite. Okay, so opposite in hypotenuse is sine. So we're going to say the sine of 44 is equal to x over 90. Again, x is in the numerator, so you multiply these, or you can go through and multiply both sides by the denominator to get rid of it. So it's 90 times the sine of 44. So plug that in, 90 times the sine of 44. And that gives us 62.5. So 62.5. As far as units go, the only one that had units was 14, so we need to make sure we put feet on our answer, but just make sure, I can't remember if the test has units or not. If it does, I think I went ahead and put those units in there for you, but just double check, make sure that if there are units in your problem, that your answer has units.